I am Manny Puig. I have spent my whole life learning to survive like Tarzan in the most dangerous and primitive wilderness, where you can be killed or eaten. I have learned the ways of giant, man-eating predators, deadly sharks, and reptiles, where every encounter may spell disaster in the savage wild. The coastal mountain ranges of Southern California are among the wildest places in North America. These hills are full of wildlife: mountain lion, black bear, coyote, deer, bobcat, and loads of reptiles. Civilization has pushed deep into these coastal ranges, putting people, their homes, and pets in close contact with one of North America's most dangerous snakes, the super toxic Southern Pacific rattler. I like rattlesnakes. They're hunters just like me. They use poison arrows to incapacitate their prey. They belong here. They keep rodents in check. They're good for the environment. I want to experience them firsthand and compare them to other rattlesnakes. See, they're more docile, more aggressive, and learn as much as I can about them. The thing about looking for rattlesnakes, they're so tough to find. When you're not looking for them, they're in your front yard, crossing the road, but when you're out here looking in your caves, looking for them, they're so difficult to find. There's so many places for them to hide in. They're such a difficult animal to hunt. The savage wild is everywhere. Even in this little creek, there are big predatory bugs in here. I'm following a creek bed. Rattlesnakes like water and shade. It's a hot day, so this is my best chance. But I first come across a rare find, a coastal rosy boa. This is a coastal rosy boa. It's a rare snake, man. It's an unbelievable find. This snake makes such a good pet that has been caught by people and reduced in numbers, and it's extremely rare. It's very gentle, it's beautiful, it's like jewelry. It's a boa, it's an actual American boa in the same family as the anaconda and the boa constrictor. It is a constrictor. It likes to come out in the cool of the day. As the night settles in, that's when they come out. And right here, I notice that his tail has been bit off, the tip of it. It's already healed, but apparently it was attacked by something, and it got away. I'm gonna put him down, and hopefully he doesn't get eaten by something or caught by somebody, because we need a lot more of these in the savage wild. Southern Pacific rattler. This is the most common rattlesnake in Southern California. Look how well camouflaged it is. And if you don't have a trained eye, you can put your hand on it, your foot right on it. You're gonna be really, really sorry if you get bit by the snake. It has hemotoxin and neurotoxin poison. If you make it to the hospital in time, you'll probably live. they're gonna give you a ton of anti-venom. I'm gonna go real gentle on it. I like to keep my hands underneath the rattlesnake and touch it in a very non-threatening way. I don't want to agitate it. This is a very difficult thing to do and extremely dangerous. You know, I'm figuring out his personality. Every one of them has a different personality. Every encounter that I have will be different. And I do not underestimate the snake. This is an average size Pacific rattler. It's not the biggest rattlesnake in North America, but it makes up for it in how deadly this snake is. Its rattles going off, that means the rattler is getting nervous. I'm extremely cautious around the Southern Pacific rattlesnake. I don't want to get bit by anything, but especially this. My adventure in the wild and rugged coastal mountains of Southern California has only just begun. In my search for the most dangerous venomous snake in North America, the super toxic Southern Pacific rattler, has already led me to my first encounter. Their venom is lethal, but are they more aggressive, more prone to bite than other rattlesnakes? I'm sure to find out. These things are deadly. They're sticks of dynamite. I'm hiking through heavy wilderness in California's rugged and beautiful coastal mountains, hunting for what many believe is the most dangerous venomous snake in North America, the super toxic Southern Pacific rattler. Its venom contains both neurotoxin and hemotoxin, attacking the nervous system and also destroying the blood and tissues. But is this snake more aggressive, or is it just another rattlesnake packing a more powerful punch? As far as I can go into these hills, there are houses. I don't have a problem with that. They want to live in the wilderness, so do I. But I guarantee you that they have had multiple encounters with a Southern Pacific rattlesnake. All animals need water, so there's water here and there's plenty of cover for rattlesnakes, so there's a good chance there might be some rattlers in this area. I'm glad he's trying to rattlesnake off. Some of the Pacific rattlers do not rattle when you approach them. That makes them extremely dangerous. You're not looking this way. You have to look where you're stepping on, where you're walking. This is a death trap. Turn him away from me. It's so dangerous, man. Yeah, man, let him calm down a little. Look at the color on this Pacific rattler. It is so dark. It's amazing. You know, in the same area, they can vary so much in color. Every one is different and a different personality. This one is musking away. I can smell it. Calm down. Every time the snake picks up the tongue, it's tasting the air. You gotta stay super focused on this. See how it comes up the body? Gotta keep it facing away from me. This snake is crazy. It's been trying to bite me since I approached it. Not like the other one, it calmed down quicker. Now, I'm doing this. I know what I'm doing, but this is a good way to get bit. Do not attempt to do this. And if you do get bit accidentally walking through the woods, forget about this and tourniquets and all that crazy stuff. Just call 911 and go to the hospital immediately. If you don't, you could end up with an amputation, severe damage to your body, and even death. So just get to a hospital right away and stay calm. See, right now, this rattler's looking at me and is rattling away. I'm having a hard time calming him down. It got different personalities. This is a complete different individual. It looks different, even though it's the same species. It's got a different color, and its personality is different. So every animal I encounter is going to be completely different. I don't know what's going to happen. But this guy is focused on me, non-stop, trying to lay its fangs into me.
As I travel deeper into the coastal mountains of California, I'm encountering one snake after another, 2 southern Pacific rattlers, and even a coastal rosy boa. These hills have fangs, and I'm already pushing the envelope of safety. But I need to understand this rattlesnake, and I wonder what encounters lie ahead, and will I have a date with disaster? I'm pushing further and further into the rugged and tangled wilderness of California's coastal mountains, in search of North America's most dangerous snake, the Southern Pacific rattler. The venom of this snake is so deadly, one bite and I might not survive the hike out. But I'm fascinated by them. This snake is known for biting first and then rattling. But does this mean it's more aggressive? I need to find out. I carefully search every crevice and cave that looks promising, but this snake always seems to turn up in the most unexpected places.
Pacific rattler. I'm gonna try to see if I can ease up on him before he runs for cover. The minute he hears me pounding, he's already picked me up. Unbelievable, from back there. He starts to rattle the minute he hears me pound. And everyone is different. This guy has a complete rattle. He has not lost his button. So that's all the rattles he's made in his life, he's carrying them right now. That is so interesting. Okay, he's holding his ground, which is perfect. You know, I'd rather have, instead of trying to run to cover over there, this is perfect. You touch her head. This is from behind.
You might not think so, but rattlesnakes like water. They're excellent swimmers. This snake retreats into the stream rather than stand its ground and attack.
He's up high right now, ready to strike. I'm just being real careful. Real careful with him. It's a good strike. Let's see if we pick up heat over there, get him to turn around. This guy made me nervous. When I'm doing this, I gotta be real careful with that fang right there. A lot of people get bit when they throw it outside their mouth.
The coastal mountain ranges of Southern California are infested with these deadly snakes. I have only hiked in a few miles and already have encountered 3, each one with a totally different coloration and temper. I'm learning a great deal about this super toxic predator, but these snakes perceive me as a threat. So are they being defensive? I need more encounters to truly answer the question. Are they more aggressive than other rattlers?
These are its poison arrows right here.
This episode of Savage Wild is brought to you in part by Polaris, the hardest working, smoothest riding off-road vehicles. See them at your local dealer or visit PolarisIndustries.com.
I'm hiking deep into California's coastal mountains in search of North America's most dangerous snake, the super toxic Southern Pacific rattler. A bite by this snake is devastating, attacking your entire nervous system as well as your blood and tissues. But are they more aggressive than other rattlers? I can't allow myself to get bit, but my curiosity and thirst for knowledge pushes me on. But in the back of my mind, I wonder, will the next encounter be my last?
This is the type of terrain where you can easily get bit. I can't even see my feet. The brush is so thick, rattlesnakes can hide all over in here. Most people think you gotta hear the rattle first before they strike. That's not the case, and especially the Pacific rattlesnake is known to strike first and then rattle.
On the other side of the ridge, I descend into a steep canyon. The beauty of this place amazes me. And it's prime rattlesnake habitat. Everything they need is here. Food, shelter, and water. And as I near the bottom, I spot yet another Southern Pacific. His coloration blends perfectly with the red and brown granite. This new encounter will add to what I have learned about the behavior of this super toxic snake.
I'm gonna get around this back side of it. It's got plenty of cracks to come out in here. There he is. Keep in mind that this rattlesnake's venom is hemotoxin and neurotoxin. Apart from it destroying your tissue and getting blood blisters, bleeding out of your nose, bleeding out of your eyes, and all that, you also get twitching, convulsions, your body starts to shake like this, and it destroys your nervous system, shuts you down, you won't be able to breathe, it's attacking the heart, your tissues, it's killing you from every angle. There's been an increase of bites by the Southern Pacific rattlesnake here in Southern California, and I believe it's because people are encroaching on their world, on their environment. There's more people living out here, more houses. Careful with those things. I'm going to show the fangs. These are its poison arrows right here. This is a very dangerous place out here. This is a dangerous animal. Most people, when they see it, they fear it. They're just gonna hit it with a stick and kill it. I don't. I think it's part of this environment. They belong out here. They control rodent populations. I've learned that the Southern Pacific rattlesnake is a typical rattlesnake, like the eastern and western diamondback, the timber, but it packs a lethal venom. And these hills are infested.
This animal belongs here. They are vital to the balance of nature, and we are the intruders. And it's up to us to learn to coexist with them in the savage wild.
It's like pouring gasoline in a fire.
You can read all the books about sharks you want, but this is the only way I know how to truly understand them.
Sometimes when I'm in the water with Mako sharks, they go after my feet.
Who knows what could show up? A 500, 600, 700 pound Mako could easily show up.
We view them as ruthless killers. They are. But there's far more going on, and I'm here to find out. I am Manny Puig. I have spent my whole life learning to survive like Tarzan in the most dangerous and primitive wilderness, where you can be killed or eaten. I have learned the ways of giant, man-eating predators, deadly sharks, and reptiles, where every encounter may spell disaster in the savage wild. "50 miles off the coast of California. I am on the hunt, hoping to encounter, in my opinion, the most ferocious and noble savage of the open ocean, the short-fin Mako shark. The ocean is vast, and these encounters are never guaranteed. So to improve my chances, we have brought one of the most experienced pro shark guides on the West Coast, Chuck White. If anyone can find them, he can. Schools of dolphin accompany us on our journey, but as playful as they are, we are all in deep thought. This is truly dangerous, and we know it.
Actually, the big Makos eat a lot of these dolphins. A lot of times when big Makos have been caught, their bellies have been stuck with these dolphins that are out here. As you can see, they're very plentiful, but still there's no telling what we're gonna find. Just gonna give it my best shot and see what happens.
Okay, we're on the hunt right now. We're offshore. We're looking for some clean water and high water temperature. We use a terrapin chart, which gives us satellite images of the water temperature. So we know we've got to go maybe another 10 miles to get to the main center of this warm water. These cold currents will kind of corral the warm water, and if the Makos are in the warm water, they're going to stay there. They like the warmer temperature.
A Mako is an ambush predator, but he also is the fastest shark in the world. So he can use his intelligence, his skills in hunting, and his speed to overcome prey. He usually attacks the tail, incapacitating his prey, and then finishes them off. Blue sharks are plentiful out here. The blue sharks can get very aggressive. They're very prone to biting. I mean, you turn your back and he's got onto you. Blue sharks are extremely attacking shark, in my opinion. They're always going for your ankles. You got to keep your eye on them. And especially once I feed them, they just want a part of me. You know, they'll come all around me like that.
Okay, Okay, we're in the right area right now. We got good water temperature, so I'm gonna go up on the tower and see if I can find a kelp patch.
Well, we're rigging this small camera. We actually have an extended handle on it, so you can get a two-handle hold on it, and you're not on the same axis, and you're not rocking it back and forth. This steadies it out. Also, you can feed it to a shark if he's really aggressive. You can put it right in his mouth, or push him away with it if you have to, and not really put your hands in as much danger as well. It's got a wide-angle lens on the front, so we can get real close to the action and really get some great stuff up close. As you'll notice, Manny doesn't say a lot until the action actually starts. He likes to stay really reserved, likes to conserve his energy, doesn't want to talk a lot, doesn't really want to talk about what might happen. He never does that. He wants the action to happen, and then he'll come alive. So that's very typical of Manny. All right, so what we're doing now is we're getting set up with the chum line. We're going to go ahead and establish a chum line. Chuck White, our pro guide here, has this milk crate with floats on it, and basically he's going to fill that with chum, let it trail behind the boat, and it'll set up a really strong chum line that'll drift out behind us. Then once we get some sharks coming in, then we'll get in the water.
What fascinates me is not how we perceive sharks, but how they perceive us. Have they ever seen a human? Probably not. So they will behave based on instinct. But Mako's more intelligent than most sharks. There is more going on here, and I can sense it.
Chuck, a big Mako coming in over there.
Man, that's a killing machine. Look at the size of that thing. That's one of the biggest ones I've seen out here this year. Awesome.
60 miles off the coast of California, in water thousands of feet deep, I'm hoping to encounter the most lethal open water shark, the short-fin Mako. Our pro guide, Chuck White, has led us to the spot. Makos are highly intelligent compared to other sharks, and this is what fascinates me. I need to understand them. They are far more than just killing machines. Each encounter reveals a little more of their true nature.
I feel that Makos are very intelligent. The way they look at you, the way they act, just how they live out here. So the Mako is the fastest shark. He's very powerful. He's intelligent. He's a hunter of the open blue. And that combination makes him a very lethal shark, extremely dangerous. What saves humanity from the Mako is the Mako lives far away at sea. It rarely will come near a beach or anything like that. People do not live in the world of the Mako. And that's what keeps humanity separate from being exposed to the dangerous Mako shark.
The chum puts out a slick, and the slick will go out, depending on how long you've had it out, it could be out 1, 2, 3 miles. And that's just a scent that tells the fish there's something to eat. So they can come swimming in from either direction and work their way right up to the boat. And that's where we want to get, where we can see them and see what size they are. If we were fishing, we can adjust the tackle to the size fish we see. So we're not fishing a 80-pound Mako with 130-pound test.
It's really important for the cameraman to keep the chum and the smell of the fish and the bait off of us. We're paying attention to the shot. We're trying to get in there on Manny and really pay attention to what Manny's doing with the fish. It's okay for Manny to get the chum and the bait and everything on him. He's handling fish, he's doing all that, but he can handle himself. The cameraman really has a blind spot behind him, and one of the jobs I've got today is to keep the sharks off of Cuete while he's in real close. I'll have the luxury of being able to look around me a little bit, make sure if something's coming up underneath us, I can either keep it off Cuete or at least warn him, and at the same time, I'll be able to get a lot of great action myself with the sharks.
It doesn't matter, we're gonna have chum all over us. I mean, in the tropics, when I don't use the hood, I spend 3 days picking pieces of barracuda and fish out of my hair. Because I'm chunking like this, and I'm a ball of blood in the water. I mean, I'm just blood, chum all over me and everything. I'm trying to bring the sharks to me. So I was like, don't even worry about that. You know, they're gonna be covered in it. It's gonna be on their suits, oil, everything. You know, as a matter of fact, the problem is we gotta let it clear up sometimes so they can video because it's too foggy. But it gets all in here. on me. But at least I got a hood now, so it won't be, that bad.
Well, a lot of people are under the impression, especially people that dive with sharks and work with them, it seems like the guy who has the fastest heart rate, the sharks always seem to go right for that person, especially if that person's agitated and they're not smooth in the water. When you got a lot of sharks around you like this, what you want to do is really be smooth, calm. Do not act like food. Do not back up. If a shark's coming at you, you want to go straight at it. Let it know you're dangerous too. Sharks aren't looking for a fight. They're looking for a meal. And so if you give them the impression that, hey, I'm going to hurt you if you come near me, generally, there are no hard, fast rules out here. Generally, that'll really help, and you can kind of keep them off you and keep them at bay. But I imagine in this situation, you can work them up so much, and I know that's what Manny's goal is to get these guys worked up so much. They are going to get, they kind of get out of control. And so in that situation, we really got to be watching each other's backs. We really got to be paying attention to what's going on around us.
I'm very comfortable with my crew. Robin here is the producer. He's a smart guy. Quete over here, he's like ice. Yeah, you don't get no reaction out of him. He's just like that. And a lot of times, like, Quete behind you. I gotta go like that. But he's ice.
I started diving off California when I was 9 years old. That's quite a few years back now. And I remember one of the most exciting things for me was to get up on the bow of the boat as we made our way across to the Channel Islands or to Catalina and look over the bow of the boat, and about every 200 yards, a big blue shark, nice big beautiful blue shark we'd almost cross right over the top of it, and the blue shark would roll over and look at me with that eye and then boom, take off. And it was so exciting to me at the age of 9 years old. I can remember that so clearly. And you almost never see that anymore. Illegal longlining has literally devastated shark populations. It's estimated that over 100 million sharks worldwide are taken every year now, mostly for their fins. The rest of the sharks just thrown right back in the water. And out of that 100 million, they estimate 40 million are blue sharks. So the blue sharks have really been devastated, and they're absolutely magnificent, beautiful animals. Probably the prettiest shark that swims. Long, sleek, blue animal.
A big Mako coming in over there.
Yeah, I see him.
I knew we would find sharks, but I had no idea so many would be coming at us non-stop from every angle.
Okay, Robin, don't worry. I got your back. We're keeping an eye on it.
With each encounter, I'm learning even more about these amazing predators, how they interact with me and each other. They're so subtle, but the clues are here. After a 3-hour boat ride into the Pacific, our pro shark guide, Shark White, has put us on a promising spot, using satellite images to locate warm water. I keep my mind focused on the task ahead, to attract and interact with a true noble savage, the short-fin Mako. But even with this much preparation, we're just tiny specks in this vast blue wilderness. And I worry, will all this effort pay off?
That California sea lion probably actually just saw the boat from a distance and cruised on over. They know what fishing boats are all about. We're not actually fishing, but I'm sure he'll enjoy the chum, and he'll probably try to take the bait from Manny. Believe it or not, a California sea lion, a full-grown California sea lion, will eat small blue sharks. They'll swim right in there with them. And in fact, a great white can't really even catch a sea lion if the sea lion sees the great white first. They're ambush predators. They're going to come exploding up and grab something before it sees them. But if the sea lion actually has eye contact first, there's almost no way they can actually catch a sea lion. They're far too agile, far too acrobatic. They can turn on a dime.
Well, my job out there is to get the action, get as close as possible to Manny. I've got a wide-angle camera lens on it, so I can be two feet away from him and still see the shark and Manny. If I back off, I'll back off to about 4 feet, and still they pretty much fill up the screen. But you can get right up in there, 6 inches away from it, and still get enough of the wide angle to see the animal's head and the mouth. So you got to be pretty close in there.
Cueto, you want to hand me my camera? Let me get set up here. It's amazing how far things have come in 20, 30 years. Actually, even the last 5 years, it's amazing. But just think what Jacques Cousteau and those guys would have done to have a system like this. Here we've got like an hour's worth of video and a battery that'll go all day, and total control over the camera. It's really amazing how good these systems are. They're so state of the art.
I settled in for what I know will be a long wait. Mako sharks don't just come charging up from the deep. You have to give them a good reason to appear. And then, if there's nothing to keep them, they will disappear just as fast. By making noise as I shred each skipjack tuna, the sharks will actually think I'm feeding and will attempt to steal my food from me. But I have to pace myself. If the sharks don't show up for an hour or two, I can actually wear myself out, chunking these frozen skipjack. The shun bucket that Chuck White has tied off to the boat will spread a slick for miles. But for now, below us only clear blue water and strange jellyfish-like creatures that live in the open sea.
Shark! Coming right at you, right here.
Two Makos, charging straight in together, a 5-footer and a small one. I am thrilled to see them, and these are only the first to arrive.
Two of them. Everybody relax.
Let's get another Mako ready.
We are 60 miles offshore and water thousands of feet deep, hoping to encounter the noble savage of the open seas, the short-fin Mako. And it seems we may have hit the jackpot. Within 20 minutes of steady chumming, two beautiful Makos have charged onto the scene. They're sizing us up, and I can almost read their minds. They want to steal my fish and then rip us to pieces. Two healthy Makos are stalking us. For now, they keep their distance.
Two of them. Everybody relax.
And then they disappear into the gloom like ghosts.
Two 4 or 5 foot Makos. Unbelievable. Real inquisitive, real careful sharks when they came in. They're still around. I think they've got friends. There's 3 now.
Back up, everybody.
The next Mako to come in is a young female. She's only a pup, and she's totally fearless. Her inexperience, aggression, and lack of fear make her far more dangerous than you think. She may be only 3 feet long, but this is a perfect little killer. She could take a bite out of you the size of a grapefruit before you even knew what happened. But she's so beautiful, and I wonder what her world is like. The competition for food must make her even more prone to rushing in for a bite. She seems agitated. The chum has her totally worked up. In a flash, things get really dangerous. Instinctively, she goes for my legs, and I lose her for a second. This is how the Mako takes down big game. And for her, I am big game.
He's right there at the back of the boat, Brian, right underneath you.
She seems worried about taking fish from my hand, but I continue chumming, bringing her in closer. This is a view you will never forget. The business end of the most efficient killer that swims. The threads on her dorsal fins are actually a type of parasite. She may be the first to show up at the party. But this pup is not alone. Soon, much larger Makos will appear. I am Manny Puig. I have spent my whole life learning to survive like Tarzan in the most dangerous and primitive wilderness, where you can be killed or eaten. I have learned the ways of giant, man-eating predators, deadly sharks and reptiles, where every encounter may spell disaster in the savage wild. After a 3-hour boat ride, we're 60 miles off the coast of California. Our pro shark guide, Chuck White, using years of experience and satellite images, has put us on a Mako hotspot.
Basically, the shark thinks I'm going to be eating these fish. Sharks are attracted to other sharks eating, so I'm going to pretend I'm a predator out here, eating fish just like one of them.
Shark! Right coming right at you, right here.
Already, 3 Makos have come charging in
2 of them.
after only 20 minutes of chumming.
Everybody relax.
The first 2 have disappeared, and now a female pup, only 3 feet long, is keeping us more than busy. She is worked up, fearless and ready to bite anything she can. I can't help but to admire how bold and dangerous she is. A perfect little killer. She is showing us whose neighborhood this really is. She's constantly charging the cameraman, as if to say, "Stay away, I found this, and it's mine. I'll kill you if I need to."
He's right there at the back of the boat, Brian, right underneath you.
I continue shredding the skipjack to bring her closer. This little Mako is on fire, biting everything she can, including our buoy. I carefully roll her on her back, and she is totally unfazed. As she bites the tail of the skipjack tuna I am holding, she shakes it with incredible violence. It's amazing that such a small shark is capable of inflicting such a terrible wound. And we know full well what she would do to us if we drop our guard. Older, more mature sharks will usually move more carefully, but this little shark is inexperienced and excited past the point of caution. I am worried about the camera crew as she looks for an opening, but she makes her way back to the skipjack tuna I'm holding, giving me the opportunity to gently lift her.
Hi, catching a baby Mako. Okay, I'm gonna let him go. With myself.
The baby Mako was fantastic, but this pup is nothing compared to what is now waiting for us out there.
Chuck, the big Mako coming in over there.
Man, that's a killing machine. Look at the size of that thing. That's one of the biggest ones I've seen out here this year.
We're ready, but will it be more than we can handle?
Shark! Coming right at you, right here.
My quest to understand the shortfin Mako has already produced results, but there are more than Makos in the deep ocean.
Two of them. Everybody relax.
And soon we're joined by yet another hungry pelagic shark. The small Mako has disappeared, and next to arrive on the scene is a cautious 6 to 7 foot blue shark.
Just got everybody stay real calm, don't move. Nobody move. Drop the line, nobody move.
Carefully circling us, this shark is more mature and experienced and won't just come rushing in. Instead, it will take its time and will approach us when it feels comfortable.
Chuck, let us know if you see any coming from this direction.
Oh, yeah. I got your back.
With 3 of us in the water, this blue is very cautious, inspecting us carefully. I get another fish and tell Quete, stay behind me. Finally, the blue comes to me and takes a bite of the fish. As I stroke its belly, he does a roll and then sticks his pectoral fins straight down. This is a clear warning to us. He means business and will attack if we push him too far.
Yeah, I'm sure the Makos are going to come back, but they're working on a blue shark. We haven't seen how big it is yet, but we're getting lots of variety now.
The blue shark is now much bolder, closely eyeballing each one of us. Even with so much chum in the water, he is still taking his time. Sharks rarely just charge in and bite. They want to make sure of what they're getting themselves into. We are 3 large animals to this blue shark, and we could be dangerous. Or we could be the next meal. This blue shark is taking all this in carefully. He seems so calm, and the beauty of this whole scene is surreal. It's almost hypnotic. Unlike Makos, blue sharks have a membrane that covers their eyes when they bite. This protects the eye if the prey fights back. The blue shark is now determined to take the fish from me, taking a bite and spinning right back around for another. This is how a shark dismantles its prey, by shaking their head violently from side to side. They saw right through flesh and bone. He follows what's left of the skipjack tuna down. But as he returns, he suddenly explodes away from the scene. Something has scared him, and we are on the alert.
That's a Mako. Mako scared him.
This big blue shark thought he was pretty tough stuff until a much larger Mako cruised in, and he shot out of here like a scared puppy.
A serious Mako has appeared. What a magnificent predator, well over 200 pounds. This shark, a female, gets right in my face without hesitation, as if to say, okay, who has the fish? Hand it over or else. She takes a tour of the scene, eyeballing each one of us. This is the wrong time to back up. But then, just as suddenly, she disappears into the blue.
This is about as wild a rodeo as I've ever seen, and we're right in the middle of it.
I got tangled up. I hand fed him, and he started rolling around. I got tangled up in a rope, and he started taking down. But I had a real nice hand feed on him.
Our adventure, 60 miles offshore from California, is proving more savage and more wild than any of us expected. We are constantly on the defense as a tag team of Mako and blue sharks appear from below, challenging us as they lay claim to the fish I'm hacking with my knife. Each visit seems to bring a larger and more aggressive shark. With more than one species surrounding us, I'm learning even more about them. But how far can we push our luck? The blue shark fled the scene when a much larger Mako appeared. Makos can be very territorial and will kill blue sharks, like a lion kills a hyena. And the blue shark doesn't show it proper respect. This mature male seems very calm, and I hitch a ride. The Mako doesn't seem to mind at all. But I can't let him take me too deep.
Hey, there's a really big blue shark coming in. Chuck, are they seeing this? It's right behind him there.
Our friend the blue shark is back. Its urge to feed is overriding its fear of the Mako. It munches on the skipjack tuna I'm holding like a corncob. This shark is now completely comfortable with us and focuses on the skipjack. I can even push him around without much trouble. But just when things seem to be calm and relaxed, that's usually when the unexpected happens. The blue shark rolls in the float line, almost tangling both of us. This could have gone very wrong. Luckily, the blue slips free.
I got tangled up. I hand fed him, and he started rolling around. I got tangled up in a rope, and he started taking down. But I had a real nice hand feed on him.
This is about as wild a rodeo as I've ever seen, and we're right in the middle of it. Manny just got tangled up with a blue shark here in our tow line. And I tell you, it was pretty crazy action. Another bonita.
The blue shark has left the scene, and the large male Mako moves back in. He seems determined and heads straight for the buoy and the shredded fish hanging on the stringer. As he works over the bait, I swim to him. I want to feel his power. These animals are solid muscle. To hold one like this feels like hugging a rubber-coated rocket. He takes off with me, and we are literally flying through the water. I can't believe the power and speed this animal has, but he is beating me up with his tail. And sooner or later, I will have to let go. And that's the tricky part. He may lash out in anger. There is simply no telling what he will do. I can read every book on sharks, but nothing will ever reveal this animal's spirit to me like this encounter.
Big Mako coming in over there.
Man, that's a killing machine. Look at the size of that thing. That's one of the biggest ones I've seen out here this year.
My adventure, 60 miles offshore from California, has given me more insight into the behavior of blue and Mako sharks than I could ever imagine. The Makos are fierce, but I can sense their keen intelligence as they look directly into my eyes, and I wonder how they perceive us. They must sense our intelligence as well.
Well, so far, we've probably had 6 different Mako sharks, including a really nice 5-foot-plus Mako, probably 180, maybe 200 pounds, that Manny took for a ride. But who knows what could show up. A 500, 600, 700-pound Mako could easily show up. We've got so much chum out there, and Manny's making so much noise, chunking these fish up, these skipjack tuna up. Anything could show up. And so we've got new batteries, new tapes, and both underwater cameras. It's time to get back in. And Chuck, you want to hand me that?
Chuck, a big Mako coming in over there.
Man, that's a killing machine. Look at the size of that thing. That's one of the biggest ones I've seen out here this year.
This is a huge Mako, at least 400, maybe 500 pounds. And he is confident and fearless. After he eats a fish in my hand, are we just the next meal? You can really sense his maturity and intelligence. I wonder what he's thinking as he studies us. I am awestruck with this animal. This shark has probably never seen a human. I am fascinated with how he perceives us and reacts to us. But he has my total respect. You can only imagine what he could do to a human. But to complicate things even more, our friend, the blue shark, is back. And suddenly, things get out of control. As they both begin to compete for the fish, they start ramming into all 3 of us. as if a switch had been thrown and they are now in kill mode. We have to keep our wits. This is no joke. This is now a deadly situation. I offer my fish to the Mako and grab him by the pectoral fins. I have so much respect for this animal. I want to feel his spirit, his power. His girth is huge, and he feels as heavy as a rhino. I let him pull me around for a moment, but as I release him, he calmly circles back around, unfazed, and takes my last fish. It's time to get out of the water. We have pushed our luck far enough.
We're out of bait. I can't ask for more. I've never seen what a day like this. Full of Mako, full of blue sharks. This is just unbelievable, man.
Is this Savage Wild?
This is the Savage Wild in the ocean. Unbelievable. This is the Savage Wild.
Well, you guys better get out of there before you're missing a foot or two. Today was maybe the most beautiful, the most breathtaking, the most exciting, and the most action. I couldn't believe it.
Hey, this was my best shark day ever.
Really?
Yeah, ever. You don't understand how good this went for me.
I'm glad to hear that.
I set records here today, man.
Coming from you, I know that means something. Yeah.
No, I've had a million shark days, and this was my best shark day ever, man. I cannot believe what a day we had. That guy is a tank. I mean, when you see him underwater, you cannot believe he is this wide. It's like this wide. He's a well-behaved shark, but he'll kill you in about 2 seconds.
And there's no emotion. You can tell he's just a cold-blooded killer, but spectacular beauty. Spectacular.
You know, the Mako shark is high on the IQ. That's a very smart shark.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him. Look at him coming in right in here.
Everything I've learned about sharks, I have learned by direct interaction. The Mako and blue sharks we encountered share secrets of their true nature. And I will never forget this day. I am exploring an abandoned mine from the early 1900s, long ago flooded by groundwater. Nature has taken it back. It's deep, mysterious, and dangerous, but for me, it's irresistible. What could be lurking beneath these deep green waters, hiding in giant forests of hydrilla? Are the alligators that live here shy, or more prone to attack? And will darkness reveal its true nature? I am Manny Puig. I have spent my whole life learning to survive like Tarzan in the most dangerous and primitive wilderness, where you can be killed or eaten. I have learned the ways of giant, man-eating predators, deadly sharks, and reptiles, where every encounter may spell disaster in the savage wild. This may look like a lake, a big lake, but it's actually a quarry. It's a man-made hole, a man-made lake. There used to be a phosphate mine in the 1930s. It's dug out in the middle of a wilderness area. This is surrounded by swamps and woods everywhere. So there's a lot of fish in here, there's wildlife all over the place, there's alligators in here. Keep in mind that the alligators that wander in here come from a wild area. They have zero contact with people. I have no idea how they're going to react. Are they going to be shy? Are they going to be aggressive? Are they going to attack? I'm here to find out. Take into account that the fish are in here were not put in here. They come in here naturally through the aquifers, the underwater tunnels. They come from nearby swamps and lakes and creeks, and they make their way in here. Also, the edges are full of cattails. Plenty of hiding places for fish and alligators and snakes. And it's also deep. So you have shallow water and deep water come in contact, which creates a very unique situation, very interesting for wildlife and fish. This is to keep the mats from fogging up. You don't have soap, you spit in it. I put on gloves in case I run into a fish and I want to touch or handle. Fish have spines on them. That's the main reason. For handling an alligator, I prefer not to have a glove on because I can feel the skin better and I can touch it. They got like a nice gentle leather down here on their bellies. They're gentle. They don't. Sometimes if you squeeze down, if he shakes real hard, he'll rip the flesh off the flesh from your thumbnail away from you. If you grab an alligator and you're sitting, all of a sudden he shakes, your hands are popped open and you're bleeding out of every one of your fingers. The water in this rock quarry is green and cloudy from decaying hydrilla. As I make my way to the bank, I can already see that finding large alligators in here will be like finding a needle in a haystack. There are signs of alligators, large tunnels in the hydrilla, but the plants are so dense, you could be 1 foot away and not know it. This is the first time I have explored one of these abandoned mines because they are on private property. The wildlife is totally isolated. I'm always fascinated by how isolated environments affect behavior of wildlife, especially the predators. This quarry is deep, 40 to 50 feet at least. I dive down to explore the bottom. The decaying hydrilla and silt has reduced the visibility to only a few yards. There are fish, bass, perch, and cichlids that have made their way in through the underground aquifer. Even down deep, there's a jungle of hydrilla. And as you get near the shore, it's a high forest. It is a green jungle of hydrilla. It goes into where the cattails are. There's tunnels inside there. There's a million places for big fish and alligator to hide. I mean, giant dinosaurs could hide in here. What appears to be a barren desert will reveal its secrets with darkness. When violent predators, monsters that go bump in the night, are prowling, I told Cueta we gotta get out of here before it kills us. This may be my most dangerous mission yet, but this is the only way I can learn about these isolated alligators. They just want chaos in there. This abandoned mine from the early 1900s holds countless mysteries. What is lying on the bottom, buried in silt and decaying hydrilla? There are plenty of places for large alligators to hide. This rock quarry is deeper than any natural lake in Florida. Except for a few small fish, it seems barren. Will nightfall reveal its secrets? That's an example of the equipment, mining equipment has been left out here. There's probably a bunch of it sunk down here in the bottom, but the silt is so deep down there, it's accumulated over the years, that it could be 30 feet under silt, whatever is down there.
They were just a very, very dangerous place in the early 1900s. That's why they are all so protected now, and normally they're all on private property surrounded by fences and stuff because they're such a liability to people. People don't realize how deep these things are and how dangerous they are.
When this was being dug, once they hit a certain depth into the ground, this is Florida, wherever, so right away you're going to hit the water level, and the water's going to start sipping in from the aquifer from below. You dig a hole anywhere, it's like creating a giant well. It's going to fill up with water. And so this is pretty deep, very deep places in here. I don't know exactly how deep it is. They could be mining equipment in here, they could be bodies down here, anything could have fallen in here.
There's a crane in here somewhere. There's an entire crane in here. So if you can hide a crane in here and not know where it is, you can imagine how many people could fall in here and drown.
I'm interested in all the wildlife here, but mainly the alligators. I want to know what their habits are like in this area.
Are they coming in from other areas? Are they isolated in here? Have they been exposed to humans? Are they going to be shy or aggressive towards humans? I'm here to find out. I'm sure large alligators are here, but where are they? They seem to be completely hidden, so I have my work cut out for me. The banks of this quarry are almost vertical. They've been dug out with heavy equipment. Finding anything here is going to be tough, so I keep moving. I find nothing but small fish and mountains of hydrilla. Hydrilla is actually a non-native plant, and Florida's waterways are choked with it. In most rivers and lakes, they use special fish, insects, and even chemicals to control it. But here, it has been allowed to grow unchecked for years. It's like a dense, tangled jungle, hiding everything from view. There are stories of people drowning in this rock quarry and disappearing forever. It's easy to imagine. Once something sinks into the jungle of weeds, good luck finding it. After searching the bottom for hours, I decide that nightfall is my only chance of finding alligators. But I haven't seen anything. I have covered every inch of this rock quarry. All around the edges, in the middle, there's a jungle hydrilla on the bottom. There's a few small fish around it. It is like one big ghost town, a desert. I'm gonna have to wait till nightfall and search with a light at night, see if I find any. This place may actually come to life. There may be enormous alligators out here. Once the night falls, I'll be able to find them. Here they're here. It looks so peaceful out here at night, but in the darkness, now it could be a very violent world down there. Diving in this dense jungle of plants at night in murky water is as dangerous as it gets. This is a perfect place for an ambush predator to take down prey. This is an extreme test of nerve. But I need to know, how will these isolated alligators behave when confronted with a human? I am exploring a flooded mine, dug in the early 1900s, long ago abandoned. These old mines are found all over Florida and are extremely dangerous. Full of mining equipment, water moccasins, and alligators. I have spent the day searching for predators. There are signs they have been here, but so far nothing but small fish and mountains of hydrilla. As darkness settles in, I wonder what we will find beneath these murky waters. It's a small crescent moon, which is good. The darker the better, because that means that the reflection from the alligator's eyes will be better when you put a light on them. I had a feeling there were alligators out here. All day long I didn't see any, but as soon as the nightfall came, we already found the 10-footer right over there on the edge.
What we're seeing there is an eye of an alligator. By the color of it and the space in between his eyes, appears to be an alligator between 8 and 10 foot range.
His eyes are glowing red, and you can even see when he blinks. Cuete and I get set. Every encounter with a dangerous predator is unpredictable. But this is like going in blindfolded. We could be surprised from any angle. As we slowly approach the alligator, we can see him with our lights, hanging motionless on the surface. But he suddenly turns and swims off into the dark, tangled forest of hydrilla on the bank. I can see a trail of debris where he went in.
Following him in there is almost suicide. But we continue to scan the weeds, hoping to find him. And we get lucky. He is lying motionless in the hydrilla and allows us to approach him. This is a 10-foot alligator in perfect condition. I can see his pupils clearly through the protective membrane. This is the size of alligator, responsible for most of the attacks on humans. He could easily make a meal out of one of us, but he allows us to carefully study him. I am surprised at how calm and motionless he stays, but this is all new to him. So he may not feel threatened, even with the lights flashing all around him. He's a beautiful specimen, dark and heavy-bodied, very well fed. I decide to levitate him to see how he reacts. But he bolts off with the slightest touch of my hand. We found them. We finally were able to get close to one of them. They're very, very spooky. Queta got a lot of video on him. He was probably between 9 and 10 feet long, I would say. Yeah, it was a nice gator, really good colors. You could see his eyes, the membrane, the nictitating membrane in the eye was very clear. You could see his pupil perfectly. I was looking at him. He just sat there motionless. He was so covered in weeds, I wanted to lift him a little so you could see his teeth and all that better, but then he bolted. But we had him there for a long time. It's 10 times more dangerous, 1,000 times more dangerous. I told Queta we gotta get out of here before it kills us. Whoa! I am exploring an abandoned mine, long ago flooded and full of mystery. In the day, it was like a barren desert, full of mountains of hydrilla. But monsters are appearing in the darkness. Already I've encountered a 10-foot alligator. And I can sense more out there, waiting in the murky water. How will these isolated alligators behave? Will they attack us or shy away? I'm searching for answers in this nightmare of tangled weeds. Only minutes after encountering a 10-foot alligator on the bank, we have discovered another, swimming on the surface in deep water, heading for the cattails. Once again, Queta and I slipped silently over the side. And this time, I decided to go deep into the cattails to find him. There's the end of his tail. I can tell this is a very large alligator. And as I gently lift his tail, he explodes away. That was such a difficult situation for me. All of a sudden I saw his tail right there. Right there, beautiful. I know it's a very large alligator. I could see his tail, so now I quit to come in there and video his tail. But we couldn't, his head's right there, you can't see nothing. So what I did is I put my hand gently underneath his tail, and I slowly lifted it, and then all of a sudden he just started turning around in there, and it was just like, it just went chaos in there. I told Queta we gotta get out of here before it kills us. But yeah, he took off from the jungle out there into the middle of the lake. So we're gonna go back out here so we can approach him in open water. Yeah, that was so thick back there. To locate him in deeper water, we hang on to the back of the boat as it tows us along. He's on the surface, just ahead of the boat. When he goes in the cattails, let's keep track exactly where he went.
I got it.
As we drop off to look for him, he turns and heads straight for us.
He's coming right to you. He's coming right to you.
This is a direct challenge. But then, like in a scene from a monster movie, he sinks out into 50 feet of water. dive after him, hoping to catch up to him. We find him at 40 feet. He's huge and in no mood for games. I decide it's too dangerous to approach him, and we head back to the surface. Whew. What makes it so dangerous in this quarry at night is tracking these alligators in the hydrilla and in the cattails. Not only is it dark, you can't see in there. So you're feeling your way through, and then maybe 1 inch at a time, 1 inch at a time. And then when you do find them, the alligator is completely enclosed and you're enclosed. Both of you are stuck together in these cattails. So if he explodes in there and he comes your way, you can't get out of the way. There's nothing you can do. You're literally gonna both be like this in the cattails. So when he explodes, he's pushing through and pushing. You don't even know what's going on. It's chaos. And then in the depth down there, in the darkness, in the deep, you don't want to get bit by an alligator down there because you will drown. If he holds you down there, you will drown for sure. If you get attacked by an alligator at 40 feet down, that's not good. Yeah. At 3 a.m. in the morning, I discover a 6-foot alligator near the bank. I decide to capture him for an even closer inspection. I have been working with alligators my entire life, and this is extremely dangerous. But I want to learn as much as I can about the alligators that live here.
Okay, usually when I hold an alligator, hold him like this, I keep him from spinning back way, this way or this way, so he can swing this way, this way, and bite me. See, his mouth is wide open right now. Yeah, the reason I picked him up, I couldn't show him. You know, it was too much. We couldn't get no video on him. Too much hydrilla. I can't see him, but I wanted to see one up close. Hold out his tail. Whoa! Got it. Almost got my bait through. Okay, pick it up again. Pull his tail out. Okay, just want to show him. Okay, I'm gonna let him go. Put his tail down.
Got his mouth open.
Yeah. All right. Wait, he's mad right now. We'll take your foot off. And now you get that big, we'll take your hand off.
Well, it went from a ghost town to the Wild Wild West. As soon as the sun went down, this place became alive, and it became savage, and it became wild. But I've learned so much about the nature of alligators living in this rock quarry. They're unique because they're isolated. But are they more dangerous or aggressive? Possibly. But I also believe they are less cautious about humans. But what an amazing adventure. And I'm glad you were here to experience it with me. I am exploring a primitive and dangerous place. Huge man-eating predators live here. This primal river is full of danger during the day. But once the sun goes down, it becomes a nightmare. But how does it change? How do the predators behave at night? I'm here to unlock this mystery the only way I know how. I am Manny Puig. I have spent my whole life learning to survive like Tarzan in the most dangerous and primitive wilderness, where you can be killed or eaten. I have learned the ways of giant, man-eating predators, deadly sharks and reptiles, where every encounter may spell disaster in the savage wild. have returned to the Primal River, a wild, mysterious and ancient place, loaded with wildlife, adventure and danger. The last time we were here, we encountered huge alligators and a wide variety of wildlife. But this time, I want to unlock the real secrets of this place that you won't find in daylight. As the sun begins to set, I am preparing for an extremely dangerous adventure. My curiosity is burning. This place is like Borneo, a primitive and majestic wilderness, and the beauty of the Primal River overwhelms my senses. But this place will become a living nightmare in the dark. And to see and experience the behavior of the wildlife, especially the dangerous predators when they are the most active, consumes my imagination. I need to understand this place and its creatures, to see it with my own eyes, at its most dangerous in the dead of night.
Listen to this place. Darkness is falling. This primal river comes alive. There's predators prowling out here. This becomes dark and mysterious. This is where the adventure begins. So I'm gonna get ready and get in.
As I gear up, I keep my mind focused. I have no idea what we will encounter, but I know the risk we're taking and the danger we're putting ourselves in. So we must remain calm and alert as we explore this place, with only our lights to guide us in pitch black darkness.
I wonder if Tarzan never thought of doing this, coming in here at night. Didn't have the lights, but I guarantee you Tarzan would not be able to see the alligators in the dark. I'm like Tarzan, but I got a wetsuit and I got a mask. Got a knife, also, just like him. Are you ready?
I'm ready, Manny.
Okay, let's go over there. I think there's a giant alligator on that side over there. Let's go check it out. No, he's a 1,000-pounder. It's no joke.
Our first encounter is an alligator so large, I can't believe my eyes. How will he react to my approach in the dark, the time when they're most actively hunting? You would have to be crazy to swim this primal river in the dead of night, with everything from small fishes to huge alligators actively hunting prey. I am not crazy, but this mysterious world has almost never been seen before by human eyes. I need to understand how both predator and prey behave once darkness settles in. After spotting what appears to be a huge alligator from the boat, I am searching the bank with my light. He may have moved off. There are 1,000 places for him to hide. And I wonder how he will react to my light. On the surface, there are dense layers of vegetation, like a thick mat for him to hide under. There he is, lying in ambush. A monster gator, at least 13 feet long, with a massive head. The light doesn't seem to bother him, and he knows we're very close. This is a dangerous animal, capable of taking down any size prey. Alligators can react unpredictably in any situation. We'll have to be extra careful, so we back out and plan our approach.
He is enormous.
I know, I saw him.
Enormous. He's sitting right there. He's facing this way. His head is so massive. He's at least 13, if not more.
The current almost blew me into him. So we gotta plan this a little bit better.
Okay, this way. He's facing this way. It'll be.
What are you gonna do? How are you gonna go in?
You're gonna go face onto him, okay? I'm gonna be right next to you, and when he turns around, I don't know which way he's gonna go.
Okay.
The current is ripping, making it even more difficult to approach him safely. Cohete goes in first to set up his camera shot. The vegetation above him makes it look like he's in a cave. And he might as well be. There's no way for us to escape if he attacks. He remains perfectly still as I approach him with my light. Look at how far his teeth protrude from his mouth. As I gently lift him, I realize he's so huge. I can't drag him out from under the thick mat of plants. I'm running out of breath, so I try to bring him up through it. I am now in terrible danger. I need to breathe. Letting go now is suicide, but I have to make a run for air. Luckily, he decides not to attack.
I lifted him. I tried to get him to the surface. I got his head through the matting, and his face came up here like this. But he's so, I can't hardly move him. He's so massive. This guy is this. Wow.
Yeah, he's big. He's a huge gator.
His teeth are enormous, man. You can't imagine.
Huge gator.
You'd be able to get
I got a good shot of you picking him up, and I got under him.
Wow.
But once he got his head to the matting, all I had was the body.
Yeah. Well, at least we got that, yeah.
Did he come up? Did you see him come up to the matting?
I'm gonna see if I can locate him. Hang on. Man, there's so many bugs here. Every time I breathe, I'm swallowing them. This place is infested with insects. That alligator is enormous. His head is like this. It's this high. His nose is this broad. His teeth are enormous. I would move him, and he would just, like he didn't even care. I was like a shrimp trying to lift him at the bottom of everything I had. I would lift him up like this, and he was just like staring at me. It was just, I felt weak. He's so heavy, unless he takes off, I can't even move him. I'm starting to move. I can barely get, even underwater, I can barely lift this alligator. He's so heavy.
This was an incredible encounter. You never know how an animal like this will react. Even with my years of experience, I am surprised by how calm he remained. But this adventure is just beginning. My search for answers beneath the dark and dangerous waters of the Primal River has already produced amazing results. I have encountered a huge 1,000-pound alligator that reacted calmly as I lifted him up into a mat of vegetation. I was expecting this top predator that could tear me to pieces to be far more aggressive. I continue to search for the monster gator, but he has moved off. Or is he just a few feet away hiding in the weeds?
I can see wherever the light is aiming up close. It is total pitch darkness. There's tons of fish everywhere I go. I mean, I've seen there's mudfish, there's placastamens, there's bass, there's specks. Just the amount of fish is incredible. I gotta keep looking down because I have no idea where that alligator is in this darkness. I really gotta pay attention to what I'm doing.
This place is so eerie. I am wrapped in darkness. I suddenly spot a large mudfish, also known as a bowfin. This is an ancient fish, the only surviving member of a prehistoric family. It has an air bladder that actually works like a lung. They will even gulp air at the surface when the water is too muddy. An Asian swamp eel. This is a non-native species only active at night. They have invaded most of Florida's swamps and rivers. My light has picked up a largemouth bass. What a beautiful fish! He approaches the light and then bolts into the darkness.
Yeah, the big largemouth bass came right up to him like this. I came up this close to him. I put the light on him. He doesn't see you coming, so you get right up on him. And a largemouth bass. What an awesome sight.
A banded water snake seems to fly through the water. I want to inspect him, but I have to swim hard to catch him. This is a fairly young snake.
Yeah, this is a water snake. I saw him crossing. It actually gets a whole lot bigger than this one. It's a really nice snake. He was running really fast, swimming really fast. Because the cottonmouths float on top. They swim like this. These guys dive under. I mean, he was flying underwater. So we followed him. I let Queta get some footage of him as he cruises and swims. Then I picked him up so we can explain and talk about him. But you won't believe how fast the snake swims underwater. It's very aquatic animal. The cottonmouth is not as aquatic.
I move into deeper water, and below me, large long-nosed gar are prowling for fish. This is literally a freshwater barracuda, lightning fast with a jaw full of sharp teeth. I hand catch one, and he stays calm as I hold him. Swimming slowly away as I release him. The next one puts up more of a fight.
Long nose. There's a whole school of them in this area. This guy's, it's like armor. Really, really tough fish. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and release him. Even underwater, I can barely lift this alligator. He's so heavy. His skull is so massive. And he was just like staring at me. It's just, I felt weak. He's so heavy.
if he grabs a hold of me, you won't ever see me again. Came up here like this, but he's so, I can't hardly move him. Exploring the Primal River in pitch black darkness has been fascinating and eerie. I can only see as far as my light, but I have had so many amazing encounters. And somewhere out there, a 1,000-pound monster is still lurking. Man, you just can't believe how dark it is down there. Darkness has a psychological effect on humans. It reaches deep into our primal fear. There's something ancient about our fear of the night and the predators that lurk in the darkness. I returned to where we encountered a giant alligator. He may not have gone far, and I am determined to find him again. A slider turtle is swimming into the current. Alligators love to eat them. They crush them with one bite and swallow them whole. As I pass over a tangled jungle of plants, I spot him lying on the bottom. This alligator is huge. As I lift him, he stares at me before calmly swimming off. What is going through his mind? This monster disappears completely into the grass. But soon, I find him again. I have to dive deep into the grass to find him. This is so dangerous. I have to concentrate to slow my heartbeat down. Holding my breath while struggling with this monster is hard work, but he's just too heavy to lift to the surface. I follow him one last time. There he is, hiding in the grass. As I lift him by the shin, he stays perfectly calm, but he is too heavy. I can't get him to the surface no matter how hard I try. As he swims away, I can't help but to admire this beast. Come on. I can't even move him. I'm starting to move. I can barely get, even underwater, I can barely lift him. This alligator is so heavy. His skull is so massive. I had several encounters with him, but I don't want to have too many encounters with him because if he grabs a hold of me, you won't ever see me again. I really got to pay attention to what I'm doing. Soon the sun will be rising and this place will take on a completely different character. This giant alligator is the king of this river. I never know if an alligator will viciously attack or remain calm. And this was another example of their behavior. For reasons I don't completely understand, he allowed me to interact with him. And I'm glad you were here with me tonight to experience nightfall on the Primal River.
You got me. When I realized that big deadly snake had bit Manny, it was like a dagger in my heart.
This
was a huge fang viper that injected everything he had into Manny.
Give me the tongs, give me the snake tongs. Let's go, we gotta move fast.
Either we get this guy to a hospital or he's gonna die.
I am Manny Puig. I have spent my whole life learning to survive like Tarzan in the most dangerous and primitive wilderness where you can be killed or eaten. I have learned the ways of giant, man-eating predators, deadly sharks and reptiles, where every encounter may spell disaster in the savage wild.
Here in South Texas, the area is huge and vast. The terrain is unbelievable. You have a wide variety of habitats.
So we just get into South Texas. We're there to hook up with one of the best guides in Texas, Buck Medley, and we're all excited about this adventure that we're going on. Buck had already told us about these huge alligators, these huge alligator gar, and also the very large western diamondback rattlesnakes that they've got there in South Texas.
I had seen Manny on several alligator shows, shark shows. I knew his reputation was extreme. So when I had the chance to work with him and actually do some filming, man, I just jumped at the chance. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Down here in South Texas, I mean, I've got everything that he needs. Giant gators, giant gar, big hogs, huge snakes. I mean, it was a perfect environment for him. And when I talked to him on the phone, he said he'd never even been to South Texas. So I go, man, you got to get down here. This is like South Africa without leaving America. Everything here is huge. It bites. You know, it's a deadly game down here.
And all of these are perfect subjects for Savage Wild.
This here is a mesquite flat. It's got mesquite trees everywhere. It's got prickly pear cactus. There's tons of wildlife out here. There's deer, there's javelinas, there's wild hogs, there's mountain lions, there's coyotes.
So it's the very first morning, and we're out shooting. Skies are a little overcast. Day's going great. We're getting all of these wonderful pieces to build around this first show, which is going to be about the western diamondback rattlesnake. And South Texas has probably the largest and meanest western diamondback rattlesnakes found anywhere in the United States.
What I really like to find in this area is a western diamondback rattlesnake. This area is ideal for them. The western diamondback is the second largest rattlesnake in North America, and Texas has the largest western diamondbacks around. I've never seen a western diamondback in the wild. I'm looking forward to finding one, and I'm going to keep searching this area till I find one.
One of the things we were doing while we were there is looking for the type of food that the western diamondback might be interested in. There are stick nest rats. It's a very specific prey of the western diamondback rattlesnake. So Manny was giving us great info and great on-camera pieces about the stick nest rat.
This is the burrow of a stick nest rat. It builds its nest in here to protect itself from coyotes, bobcats, such predators. But it has a deadly enemy. The western diamondback can slither right in here and find him in there. It is the favorite food of the western diamondback.
We were also finding cottontail rabbits. It's another prime food of the western diamondback rattlesnake.
Rabbits, one of the best foods for the western diamondback. This area is awesome. There are rabbits everywhere.
We're moving through the terrain. Manny's doing a wonderful job painting the picture of the habitat that the western diamondback rattlesnake prefers. So as we're moving through this terrain, we come across a magnificent western diamondback rattlesnake, 5-6 feet long, as big around as your bicep. We all took one look at it and knew that this was a powerful, dangerous snake. Not anything you would ever want to get bit by, that's for sure. Manny was very comfortable with the possibility of working with it, so we set up. Manny started to approach the snake. You know, everything was going as it always goes on Savage Wild. We all believe in Manny so much, and Manny's got that ultimate confidence. We're all basically going through the same routine that we always do with Savage Wild. But as he goes to pin this snake was so fast and it was so powerful, Manny just was not able to pin it.
Once the crew realized what had happened, nobody panicked. It was just get Manny to the hospital as quickly as possible.
You got me.
Down here in South Texas, when I'm guiding, you bring snake boots, you keep your hands off the ground. I wear these big 18-inch snake boots like this.
I really had a lot of fear for Manny's life. This snake was capable of killing a man.
To the guy, let's get going. Come on.
Get Manny to the hospital as quickly as possible. Every second counts.
I've been snake bitten. I told everybody it's really bad. Give me 50 vials of anti-venom. Dump it in me.
So as we're moving through the terrain, we come across a magnificent western diamondback rattlesnake. Probably 5-6 feet long, big around as your bicep. And I took one look at this snake and I knew that is a seriously dangerous, very powerful animal. And because we're working with Manny Puig, we're all confident it's going to be another great episode of Savage Wild.
Man, I didn't have any problem finding this one. He's an awesome specimen. But he must have heard my footsteps and he's rattling away, so I gave away his position. Actually, the rattle is a defense for him. To keep animals from stepping on him, they rattle that way. I gotta make sure he doesn't run to the cactus. I got him right where I want him. I just gotta make sure he calms down so I can get around him.
Manny maneuvers around the snake a few times. Actually pets it on the head. And we're feeling, okay, he's got this under control. I'm running camera 1. I've got the wide angle lens. I'm pretty much over Manny's shoulder. And as he approaches the snake, I move in close. Cuete is on camera 2.
I was running camera 2, and I was very tight into the snake. The snake filled the entire frame.
And as he reaches in to pin its head, this snake was so lightning fast, it was so powerful that everything just went crazy. And I could see Manny did get control of it, but my heart was racing, and I was really hoping that he hadn't been bit, but I couldn't really tell.
So when I saw Manny's hand reach in and grab the snake by the head, just behind the head, that snake just started moving and twisting, and it was such a powerful animal, and I knew that Manny was in trouble. I just didn't want to believe it. I was just waiting for him to come up and say, okay, here's the snake, and bring it up. And instead I heard him say, I got hit, and my heart sank to my stomach.
When we came upon the snake, I knew it was a monster. And Manny said, well, I can catch that snake. The guy's a professional. He never misses a click. So as I watched him, his methods and his techniques, I knew he was going to be able to get it done. So as he went for the grab, the snake was so huge, he got the grab perfect. The snake's head was this big, and the grab was perfect, but the snake was so strong that it twisted in his hand and actually sunk the fang into one finger and into his hand. And man, at that second I knew this was going to be a fight for his life, because the snake was just giant and the venom amounts were just huge. It had to pump everything it had into him.
And he calmly looks me in the eye and says,
You got me.
And a chill ran down my spine. It was like being kicked in the chest, and I knew what Manny was in for. He was in serious trouble, and we are a long way from a hospital. We're 50, 60 miles from the hospital.
You got bit?
Yeah. From that moment on, I knew it was critical that either we get this guy to a hospital or he's going to die. I mean, this wasn't a little snake bite that when you're dove hunting or just out walking around, he gets you, you know, because that's just a quick strike, and the amount of venom is just enough to kill like a small rat or a rabbit. This was a huge fang viper that injected everything he had into Manny.
Give me the tongs, give me the snake tongs. Let's go, we gotta move fast.
Once we realized what had happened, our main concern, the entire crew, was get Manny to the hospital as quickly as possible. Every second counts.
To the guy, let's get going. Come on. Buck, I need you to pick up all this stuff here.
Leave it all here, I'm gonna run you back to the truck. Come on, just
So we get control of the snake, we get Manny on the ATV, and now we're rushing on the ATV to get to my truck.
From the second he got bit, I mean, every second was critical. I looked at his hand, we jumped in my buggy. I mean, we were miles from anywhere, and my buggy, we were flying, jumping rivers.
We get in my truck, I'm calling 911, Buck Medley's driving. We're driving 110 to 130 miles an hour down Texas country roads.
I drove 130 miles an hour. I had all the DPS, all the cops, everybody that were letting us go. They seen us going by, they were like, wow!
911 has alerted the police, they've alerted the sheriff's department, and they have basically cleared the streets in town. So as we get into town, they told us don't slow down, just keep on rolling as fast as you can, because we told them that this was a severe bite by a big western diamondback.
I've been snake bitten. I told everybody it's really bad. Give me 50 vials of anti-venom. I mean, dump it in me.
As soon as he walked into the ER room, they said that he might have a possibility of losing his hand.
He could lose his hand, and I about sank to my knees. I was not ready for that.
He got me.
When I realized that big deadly snake had bit Manny, it was like a dagger in my heart.
I really had a lot of fear for Manny's life. This snake was capable of killing a man.
Hey, let's get going. Come on. Buck, I need you to pick up all this stuff.
Manny's one of a kind. We had to save his life, and that's all I cared about at that moment, was saving his life.
I've been snake bitten. I told everybody it's really bad. Give me 50 vials of anti-venom. I mean, dump it in me.
By the time we got to the hospital, the antivenom was prepared. It's a huge snake bite area, so the doctors were on alert. They had the antivenom ready, and you know, there was a couple times when I looked in the back seat and I saw Manny, and I was like, oh my God, this guy, he may not make it, man. I saw his eyes roll back in his head.
So we rushed Manny into the emergency room. They're already set up. They've got the Crofab antivenom ready to go. They get Manny on a table, and they start helping him right away. And South Texas is a place that's really experienced at dealing with snake bite. They get 50 snake bites every season at least. So it's not something they haven't seen before, but this is a really, really bad bite. So as the emergency room staff is working on Manny, the doctor gets there, and he evaluates Manny. He steps over and he's talking to me and asks me where it happened and how long it took us to get to the hospital. And he looks at me and he says, he could lose his hand. And I about sank to my knees when he said that, because I just wasn't really ready for that. And I don't know if Manny heard it or not, but Manny's fully aware of how bad the bite is at this time.
They said that he might have a possibility of losing his hand. And I mean, that in itself can just take everything out of you. That can ruin your life, even if you lose a finger. But when they said a hand, and then I heard that, I was scared for Manny's hand, you know, everything he does in life, and even his life. I mean, at that point, I didn't know. It just floored me.
This was just overwhelming news for me. I mean, we knew it was a bad snake bite, but the possibility of losing a hand or even a finger was just a terrible, terrible thing to think about.
Hey buddy, how you doing, man?
Well, third day after getting bit by a western diamondback rattler. It was between 5 and 6 feet long. It put a lot of venom in me. The pain has been horrific. But just now the swelling's getting down. They've given me, I don't know, maybe 28 vials of antivenom. And I'm just waiting it out, you know, to heal this, you know.
my second bite. I got bitten when I was 17 by a pygmy rattlesnake. And this is my second bite. This is like 10 times the other snake. This is a horrific bite. From the time it bit me, immediately it was like the burning sensation, the swelling, and you can feel the destructive power of the venom. It's like somebody's just eating you alive with a blowtorch, like that, just burning you through. It's like there's no way out, and you just, the pain is just, it's undescribable.
But you're gonna be okay. You're in good shape.
I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna have to rehab it, it ain't done yet. I still got, so I'm in the process of healing right now. Comfortable at the moment, but this is getting bit by a rattlesnake, especially a big one like that. It's just misery.
It was an enormous western diamondback rattler that bit me, with huge fangs. I knew I was in for it. Once I got bit and I felt the venom go into me, there's enough venom inside of me to kill me. This western diamondback unloaded everything I had into me. From the minute that snake bit me, I had in the back of my mind that I was going to lose my finger. As soon as I got bit, I knew the world caved in on me. It was like the worst nightmare. I felt the incredible amount of venom injected in me. I knew there was no shortcut around it. I was in for hell. And on the way to the hospital with Buck and Robin, Buck was driving 120 miles an hour to get me to the hospital. And the pain was, I could see the swelling just go like this by the second. And I'm like, if I don't get treated right away, I'm thinking, that snake put enough venom in me to kill me. 13 days later, I'm still in pain. I still feel it. I still got all, the damage there. And I look at it, there's no shortcut in it. Okay, I'm alive, but the swelling has gone down. My arm looked like a football all the way to here. It was all this was swollen all the way down here. And now, days later, I'm still dealing with it. I gotta soak it in water peroxide. I gotta watch the wound very carefully. Gotta be real careful with it. I don't take it personal. The western diamondback is part of the wilderness. It's part of the ecosystem. It's very necessary out there. And like I say, if you venture out into the wild, it is what it is. It's not a playground. It's a dangerous place. Accept it the way it is, and take responsibility for your own actions out there. Be real careful. It's a beautiful, wonderful place, but it is a savage wild and extremely dangerous.
For a man to recover from a snake bite like that, it's miraculous. The guy he's tough. But he's been bit by big alligators, lots of sharks, and 2 big reptiles, and he's still going. There's no way to put him down. You're not going to stop Manny, and he's going to be in the savage wild forever.
Robin.
Hey, Manny, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Just checking in to see how the hand is healing.
Well, the hand's good. My brother-in-law came over yesterday. He saw my hand and he freaked out about it. He took me to the hospital. To make it short, I'm gonna have to have my finger removed. I'm okay with it. It took me about 2 seconds to decide on it. The doctor said it was gonna handicap me, so I really, I'm not worried about the cosmetic. I just want use of my hand, so I told the doctor, yeah, go ahead and cut it off. So I'm waiting to get appointed to get it cut off.
Manny, that's just devastating news to hear. I was really hoping that you were going to be able to keep that finger.
Rob, listen, don't worry about it. We're gonna keep working. I just gotta get over this. Understand that from the minute that snake bit me, I had in the back of my mind that I was going to lose my finger. The damage was so bad. It was such a big snake, and if they would have saved my finger, I'm going to have a handicapped finger that can't function, and it's going to get in my way. I'm going to go grab something, and it's going to get caught in the way. So I'd rather have as much in my hand as possible, and have the finger out of the way than have the finger bothering me.
Okay, Manny, I understand. I know it won't be long before we're in the field again. Take care. Keep me posted on the surgery.
Okay, definitely.
Bye now. That was not a good phone call.
2 months and a half a finger later, I am well on my way to recovery. I'm also feeling a little stronger every day. Keep in mind, I was bitten in the hand. Your eyes cannot see the damage the venom did as it went throughout my body. It literally knocked the daylights out of me. I can't go back and change what happened. My world is full of danger. I accept the consequence. I'll be back in action in no time, exploring the savage wild and bringing you on the adventure with me.
It's the biggest black bear I've ever seen.
Look at this claw mark right here. This is an enormous male. He's reached up to here like this and scratched way up there. I can't see a thing, man. Hard. Back off, back off.
His head is this wide.
That's a sure way of getting killed. I am Manny Puig. I have spent my whole life learning to survive like Tarzan in the most dangerous and primitive wilderness, where you can be killed or eaten. I have learned the ways of giant, man-eating predators, deadly sharks and reptiles, where every encounter may spell disaster in the savage wild. I'm exploring the most primitive and savage wilderness in Florida in search of an elusive and dangerous predator, the Florida black bear. I consider the black bear here in Florida extremely dangerous. He's a wide-ranging animal. He covers a lot of territory. It's going to be hard to find because I have no idea where he's going to be at. And also, they have different personalities. Some are more prone to attack, some will flee when you come to them. I don't know what they're gonna do. I'm just gonna stalk and be as cautious as I can and get as close as I can to him and try to learn and get into his head and learn as much as I can about the Florida black bear. Take into account, half the people who live in Florida don't even know that the Florida black bear roams out here. They're living in Miami, dancing, whatever over there, and they have no idea. They walk out here into the middle of the forest and they can come face to face with a 500-pound black bear. And where did that come from? You know, no, this animal lives out here. It's a mysterious, magnificent, beautiful, but very dangerous animal. Another thing about this place, it's flat. The woods are very flat, but the dry grounds have pine trees on them. The water grounds have cypress. And so it goes from dry to wet. And the highest cypress, usually there's a pond in there. And where the cypress is the highest is a wetter. The palmetto and the pines are in the drier, and the bear will roam either in the wetland or the dry ground, everywhere. The rattlesnakes, for example, tend to be in the pine woods and the cottonmouth in the cypress swamp. So each animal, of course, the gators are in the cypress swamp. Every animal has their favorite habitat, but this place is so unusual. It's the only place in the world that you can find like bears and alligators in the same place. Animals that belong to the North Woods come face to face with animals from the tropics. It's like North Woods and jungles meet. There's no place on earth like it. That's why this place is so wild and so incredible. Right here, this is a bear trail, a game trail where the wild animals move through. You can tell. See, right here it's too thick. They kind of walk over the same place over and over again, and they build a little path. And when you're stalking a black bear, you want to get on his trail because this is where he's been walking. See, you can see the ground is a little bit marked where they've been moving. And Since they're lower, they're walking this low, they go right under it, like this. This is going to be very challenging. A bear can see like us, hear like us, but since the smell is so incredible that it's a saying, if you drop a pin in the forest, an eagle will see it, a deer will hear it, and a bear will smell it. It's one of the greatest sense of smells in the animal kingdom. My best bet is to be downwind of the bear. You know, once the bear knows I'm there, a bear may decide not to leave. He may not care that I'm there. He may, if it's a shy bear, he may run. Understand, bears are not hunted in Florida. It's against the law to hunt bears in Florida. So some of these bears really don't care. Others are just naturally shy, but they've been attacked by other bears. But bears are very intelligent. I'm dealing with a highly intelligent creature. In an area where he is hunted, the bear is very elusive. In Florida, they're becoming more and more confrontational towards people because people encroaching into the wilderness, they had no idea. Oh, I'm gonna get a cabin in the woods. They have no idea who the neighbor's gonna be. Next thing you know, the guy's complaining, screaming, and horrified. There's a bear breaking into his house, you know. Well, he just entered bear country. And, you know, welcome. This is what it's about out here. Some black bears are so vicious, they actually fight and confront the grizzly bears.
It's the biggest black bear I've ever seen. He might be getting ready to attack. He's very threatening.
I'm exploring the most primitive and savage wilderness in Florida in search of an elusive and dangerous predator, the Florida black bear. Black bears are known to be ill-tempered and unpredictable. This is a very risky thing to do. I need to learn as much as I can about the true nature of this animal, and if possible, get into its head. I haven't seen a bear, but look what I found here. Look at this claw mark right here. This is an enormous male. He's reached up to here like this and scratched way up there. He's marking territory and letting other male bears know that I'm here, this is my territory. If you can't get up here, stay out, because I will kill you. You know, he's dominating this area. He's probably a very dangerous bear because he's a dominant male. He's breeding out here, and he doesn't want any intruders in his territory. He's king out here. Look how thick the cypress forest here. I mean, it could be a black bear 10, 50 feet in there, and I wouldn't be able to see him. If I surprise him, he may feel threatened, come out and charge me, do a mock charge, or actually take me down all the way. He's very unpredictable. You don't know what he's gonna do. Black bears and grizzlies, people think, well, the grizzlies are bigger, they're tougher and all that. Some black bears are so vicious, they actually fight and confront the grizzly bears. In Alaska, for example, they're considered more unpredictable than the grizzlies, and some people fear them more than the grizzlies. Do not underestimate the black bear. People think, well, if you see a black bear, what am I gonna do, run? No, if you run, you act like prey, he's gonna jump on your back and bring you down. Climb a tree, he can climb a tree faster and better than you can. Their technique is to chase survival up a tree and then throw him down from the tree and bring him to the ground and rip him to pieces. Best thing to do, don't get too close to the black bear. Walk away slowly and stand tall and face him, and do not run. And just give him space and separate your distance between him and you. And that is probably the best move you can do. This palmetto is noisy. If I come through here, I'm gonna make a lot of noise. I try to stay on a trail, and a bear will hear me a mile away. Another thing is a bear moving through here, if he can move slow through here, he doesn't make any noise. He can creep through here. But if he moves fast, makes a rush through here, he will sound off. So I'll know that he's in the vicinity. A bear or another large wild animal is jumping through. Bear has a very good sense of smell because he lives in a dense forest. He can only see so far in here, so he needs his sense of smell to find where the food is. If it's a dead animal, or if it's honey, or fruits, whatever, he depends on his nose. You know, he can smell food to say a mile away if the wind is right, and then he'll work his way to it. Bear track. Now this is what I'm looking for. Now I'm feeling better. I know this bear's in the area now. This is evidence, it's proof. It's fresh too. So he couldn't have been here too long ago. I mean, this is his front paw right here. You can see the toes right there. A couple of claws are right there. This is the width of his foot. So imagine a paw like that coming in here. That's a formidable thing. Take into account, this is just the beginning. It takes at least 400,000 acres of wilderness to support a healthy bear population. So that's a huge area. It's a wide-ranging animal. You know, they're not just a dime a dozen everywhere, you know, and they can hide right there anywhere. So I'm gonna have to really do an effort and, you know, and search this area out real good and do everything to the best of my ability to find one of these bears and keep as safe as I can while I'm doing it. Man, these woods are really thick. The undergrowth is very heavy here, but this is what the bears like to hide in. This is where they're at. I try to move through here without making any noise. It's critical, but it's almost impossible to move through this thick forest without making any noise. To get close to wildlife, this area is all about smelling and hearing. That's all they go by. So I'm having a real tough time in the daytime trying to locate some bears. I may have to go at night. I just got word that there's this huge bear prowling around.
He might be getting ready to attack. He's very threatening. He's about 600 pounds, man. He just did a charge at us in the darkness. It's the biggest black bear I've ever seen.
To me, I consider the Florida black bear to be the most dangerous thing that roams these woods. He's probably a very dangerous bear because he's a dominant male. He's breeding out here, and he doesn't want any intruders in his territory. He's king out here. I just got word that there's this huge bear prowling around the forest over there at night. We're gonna go check it out. This place is dense and thick in the daytime, and at night, I don't know, we're going into a nightmare because I mean, I can't see my hand inside this forest. I'm gonna try to see if I can hear the bear walking around there and try to get as close to them as I can. I mean, curious to see how this bear is gonna react at night. I don't know what he's gonna do. Black bears are 100% unpredictable.
Ready to attack. He's very threatening. He's about 600 pounds, man. happens if we get behind a tree? He's fixing to do a shark. Here he comes. That's okay. It's okay. He's coming. It's the biggest black bear I've ever seen. His head is this wide, man. His head is this wide. I think he's digging, he's feeding, he's trying to feed on grubs or something. He's digging in there. I'm 25 feet away. I need a barrier. Oh God, he's huge. That black bear is huge. You know, he backed off and I started hearing that threatening noise and he started boom, boom, pounding the ground. And I said, let's get back. Here he comes, man. He came back forward like that. And I said, he stopped right there, but I thought he was going to keep coming. When that happens, the best thing to do is just get behind a tree. And that creates like a natural barrier. For some reason, if there's something in the way, if it's open between you and him, he'll come to you. I like to have a jump behind a tree or something. I carry this, I wouldn't use this, but if anything, I'd use the back end as a barrier. It could be, I don't know, he's in here somewhere. Somewhere, just look for a black shadow coming at you out of the dark. Looking for a black shadow. This bear is huge. I heard him. He's right here. I can't see a thing, man. My heart is pounding. I'd rather do this in the daytime, but when right now the moon is out and they're active at night in this heavy forest. He just did a charge at us in the darkness. I'm gonna back out of there. He's getting angry. Get back. He's still in the area. He's still coming back. I'm trying to find out what he's eating. I can't get close enough to him because I'm not gonna go in there and move him out of the way. Look what he's eating because he's going to kill me. And then he sniffs the air, he gets his head down, sniffs the air. He takes off, he starts winding us, and then he starts doing his mock shark stumping. They do like that, and that's a warning, telling you stay away or I'm gonna kill you. The bear rather scare you first. If that doesn't work, he may try his something else, like mauling you, clawing you, and killing you. I'm gonna back out of there. He's getting angry. He's getting angry. When he blazes, he starts moving his ears, man. When they lower their head. I go too deep in there. I may not come out of there. He likes to back up. Like this. If I get any closer, I'm gonna get mauled. This time, I saw it. I saw his mood change, and he lowered anyone like that. He smacked his shoulder into the trees. It's like his way of intimidating. Basically, I still hear him back there. It's his way. He's trying to intimidate me, and he does intimidate me. I don't want to get, right next to him like this because he's gonna take me down. Yeah, this is so eerie to go in there. It's so dark, and the minute he moves, he's off this little light, and I don't even know where he's at, and he starts circling around there, and all I can do is listen for him.
It doesn't get any more savage, doesn't get any more wild than this night. To go into the densest swamp, the darkness of darkness, and come face to face with black bears in their territory, deep into the swamp. I hope your heart was pounding as hard as mine, and I'm glad you're here to experience the savage wild with me.